What's going on, everybody? It's Rick. This was a little experiment I did. I put 15 red wigglers in leaves and mushroom substrate back on 1-3-25 to see how they handled the mushroom substrate that I can get for free. And I think they did an okay job. So I'm going to dump this and actually restart it today. So I'm going to start it basically with the mushroom substrate again because when I did this, I started it on my other channel, Gardening with Bar Chucking, and then I kind of brought it over to this one, so some people didn't see it. So this is going to be basically from, you'll get to see it from the start. I did want to make sure that they had enough carbon, so I did add some shredded cardboard. So I'm going to look through, count these worms up, and then I'll bring it right back. Not a real great experiment. The one I found earlier, that was the only one I seen when I went through everything. So I know as of a few months in, I still had, I think it was 14 of the 15 worms. But from the last almost 9 months, something went on, whether lack of moisture, lack of something. I don't know. When I did add the dry bedding, I did put a good amount of water in there to hopefully keep everything nice and moist. And I thought I seen about 10 worms. That was maybe about a month ago. But it is cooler. This is in my basement. And I guess one other kind of issue is this isn't like a perfectly sealed, you know, this has a big dent in it over here. So I think if the worms really wanted to get out, they kind of can. So I'm just going to have to do a little bit better job with this next experiment. But that's why we try different things out, so we can see what works and what doesn't work. So let me move this out and I'll start resetting this shoebox bin. So here is the mushroom substrate. So this is just straight mushroom substrate right from the facility. If the white's coming through, you can see there's some of the mycelium from when the mushrooms were growing. I'm going to put right here in the center just one little piece of strawberry for them. I'm going to give it a nice dose of some eggshell grit. A little bit of the azomite powder, just for some minerals. I'm going to turn this in just a little bit because when I go to put the worms in, I'm just going to put them on top and let them kind of go down and do their thing. I will cover where the strawberry is. The one guy, I'll pop him back in, and then I'm going to go grab another 19 friends for him. Okay, so here's the other 19 worms. And this came from my natural bedding bin with the red wigglers. I have a little bit kind of an inoculant in there, some of their castings. So they'll just go ahead, burrow down. I will leave it upstairs here underneath the light for a little bit to let them get forced down. And I'll try to do hopefully like monthly updates on this. If you guys think that it's been a while and you haven't seen it, definitely let me know in the comments and I can try to pull it out and do another quick video on it. It was pretty awesome. I just recently picked up a truck. So to get this mushroom substrate, basically what would have taken my car about 3 trips, I was able to do in one big load. So that was pretty cool. I got all my garden beds topped off. I still need probably another half load or so to start filling up some of the compost bins. So then I'll be great for spring. Definitely let me know if you think this is kind of neat. Like I said, this mushroom substrate's pretty cool. It's kind of like a straw-ish material. They heat it up to 140 degrees to kill off any seeds. They let it cool. They inoculate it with their spores. They actually can grow, I think 2 batches, they said, in one of these mushroom houses. Then when they're finished, they heat it back up to 140 degrees and then load it all into these huge dump trucks and then dump it at this facility. And it's free to pick up. So I was able to pick some up the last few years, and yeah, it's great. Definitely helps with the fertility in the garden. One point of caution is they say that there's a high salt content in there. That's why I kind of want to do this experiment to see how the worms handle it. And like I said, hopefully now with having this as a dedicated worm channel, I'll stay on top of it a little bit more. If you guys have any questions, make sure you drop them down in the comments. Thanks for coming along, checking out this neat experiment. Everybody have a great day.